Hey everyone, let's dive right into a practical guide for bringing the K-12 presentation standard to life in your classroom. We're going to break down what it is, why it matters, and most importantly, how you can start teaching it effectively, like tomorrow. You know, this quote right here, it really gets to the heart of what we're talking about today. See, this isn't just about public speaking, it's way bigger. It's about empowering our students to be confident, adaptable communicators who can share what they know in a way that truly connects. All right, so let's get into it. What in the world is standard K-12.CP.CP2? I know, it sounds super technical, like a robot code or something. But trust me, the main idea behind it is something we all do every single day. Let's break it down. Here's the bottom line. It's all about getting our students to make intentional choices. We're trying to teach them that how they say something is just as important, sometimes even more important, than what they're saying. We're talking tone, pacing, body language, the whole package, all designed to make their message land. Okay, so we've got the official definition. Now for the fun part. Let's translate all this academic jargon into what it actually looks and sounds like in your classroom. This is where it stops being intimidating and starts getting really practical. See, this chart makes it so much easier. Modes and genres sounds complicated, right? But it's just about picking the right tool for the job. Is it a speech, a poem, a poster? And nonverbal gestures? That's just a fancy way of saying, hey, stand up straight and make eye contact. This takes those big, floaty ideas and makes them into real things your students can actually do. All right, this next section is the real meat and potatoes. We're talking about a practical playbook full of strategies you can literally start using tomorrow. And the best part, it doesn't matter if you teach science, history, or art, this stuff works everywhere. So, you ready? Let's jump in. And listen, these aren't massive, replan your entire year kinds of things. Nope, these are smart, simple tweaks you can make to activities you're probably already doing. So, where do we even begin? Strategy number 1 is all about developing audience awareness. This is ground zero, folks. We have to teach our students to stop and think about who they're talking to. The big question is, how do we get our kids to do that? Well, an activity like this is perfect. It shows so clearly how the audience changes everything. Just have your students explain the same thing to 2 different people. Like, how would you explain your favorite video game to your best friend versus your grandma? The kids get it instantly. They realize, oh, I can't use slang with grandma, or I have to slow down and explain the basics. It's a total light bulb moment. Here's another great one. Let's supercharge show and tell. Instead of just, here's my toy, give them a mission, a specific purpose. One day, their goal is to entertain, tell a funny story. The next, it's to inform. How does this thing work? And then, persuade us. Why is this the absolute best? This simple change is huge. It teaches them to shift their whole style based on their goal. And hey, here are a few quick tips. Please remember, you don't have to boil the ocean here. Don't try to teach everything at once. Just focus on one skill at a time. Maybe this week is all about speaking loudly. That's it. And remember, you're the #1 model in the room. Show them what it looks like. Pull up some kid-friendly videos too. Let them see it in action. Okay, let's talk about scaffolding for success, because these support systems are absolutely crucial. Think of it this way. Scaffolding isn't about making the building shorter. It's about building a ladder so everyone can get to the top. Little things like sentence starters or letting them practice with a whisper partner first, that can make all the difference. It just lowers that anxiety level and builds up the confidence they need before they face the whole class. So we've talked theory, we've talked strategy, but what does this actually look like when it's working? Let's check out a fantastic example from a K-2 classroom, the Volcano Project. This really ties everything together. So the teacher's prompt is brilliant. It's not just, tell me about volcanoes. It's so much more specific. It says, we've done the research, now present what you learned to a specific audience. Giving them that real purpose and a real audience, like a younger kid or a parent, is a total game changer. And look at how the teacher scaffolds this. They're not just throwing the kids in the deep end. Nope. They're modeling what a good presentation looks like. They're giving them a simple rubric so they know exactly what's expected. And, this is key, they're letting them practice with a partner first. It's all about setting them up to win. And this is the payoff. What you get is a student who isn't just reading a list of facts off a piece of paper. You get a student who is genuinely communicating. They're making eye contact, they're sharing what they know with real confidence. They are living and breathing this standard. So, I'll leave you with this question to think about. What's just one, strategy you're going to try in your classroom this week? Remember, you don't have to overhaul everything. Starting with one small intentional change can make a massive difference. You'll be empowering a whole new generation of awesome communicators.